Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Family or Fiance Season 2, Episode 6. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, one of my peoples, welcome back. So, y'all, we have Tiffany and Fred. They met at work and they've been together for 6 years. He said he wanted to marry her from the first time he seen her. Didn't know what type of person she was, what kind of morals she has, nothing. Hey, see her? I want to marry her. I was like, I guess. But he's been a cheater in the past. Y'all, I never understood why somebody would want to marry somebody who has already cheated on them. I just could not. I already told my husband, you cheat on me, that's it. That is it. I'm not staying. I'm not sticking around. I'm getting my bags and I'm chucking you the deuce. He already knows that right now. But the fact that this man was cheating on you before y'all got married, you stayed with him, and it seems like he been cheated a few times. And you really want to marry this man? It's like when I was watching this, I'm like, and then we're gonna come to that in a little bit. Like, why do you want to marry this man? He says he proposed while they were on a cruise. She got like, okay, paid for a cruise for his birthday. She was in the restroom getting dressed, and he's like, you know what, look good with that dress. And she turned, and he had a ring out for her. She was like, oh, that's it seemed sweet, but she only said yes as to not to ruin the rest of the cruise. She felt like obligated. Like if I say no, then we're gonna spend however long this cruise is just like annoyed with each other. He gonna be mad at me. I'm gonna feel in some type of way. So she just said yes. It was like he was down on one knee. I didn't know what else to do but to say yes. And this is when I was thinking, do you want to get married and why are you getting married? Because it seemed like you didn't want him to propose and you didn't want to say yes, but you had no choice. Now, while they're sitting down talking to Dr. Tracy, he's holding on to her. And at one point, he just completely lets her go and leans in to Dr. Tracy. And Dr. Tracy's like, hold up. What was that? You seem like you're disengaging from Tiffany. And Dr. Tiffany, no, that's not Dr. Tracy. I'd call it Dr. Tiffany. Dr. Tracy said this is called minimizing, and this is something he does quite often. He's not gonna disengage us for her, and feels like we speak of this all the time. She has trust issues because 6 or 7 months he was cheating, and she knew the signs were there because of text message and all these other things. But he, being the cheater that he is, and probably has done it a lot and then done it in the past relationships, tried to make it seem like she was crazy because she was thinking he was cheating. But he says he felt bad about it, but he feels he wasn't cheating because he was just entertaining. I do not know how I feel. I think this is on the cusp of cheating when you're entertaining another female or another male. This is on the cut. You're in a relationship, but you're entertaining this person. This means you're in the process of wanting to cheat with this person. I think it's very, very disrespectful. And like I said, it's on the cusp of cheating. But he's like, he didn't cheat because he didn't physically sleep with this person, even though he was doing all the things so he could get a chance to sleep with this person. His mom, brother, and friend are coming. Her mom, brother, and friend are coming. So once the families get there, they get to asking questions. Fred's brother Nigel feels that he needs to be all the way in. He knows that he is very friendly and very flirtatious, and that's not the way he should be. Manolito wants him to get his priorities together. Some of the decisions he makes is not in the best interest of Tiffany. Another thing he needs to get is some therapy to see what causes him to drink the way he does, and this is what causes issues with Tiffany, his drinking. Sandra, wait a minute, where am I at? I don't know why I said that, but it says in order for her to get in order to get her blessing, he needs the healing. He needs to start bleeding to start to heal. I was like, okay. Marcus, Tiffany's brother, said he doesn't know him, but he wants to know who he is and what he stands for. Claire, her best friend, says the biggest concern is communication. They don't communicate well with each other. They love each other, but they're not in love with each other. June, her mom says she does not feel he's right for her daughter. She doesn't believe they're being honest with each other. It seems like both families think, sir, you need to get some counseling. You need to get some help with your drinking and what other issues you have going on. We love Tiffany. She seems like, she's okay. It's just you wrong in a relationship. Now, y'all, usually, even though this is like my first season watching this show, I may have seen one or two episodes last season, but it's usually her family is on her side and his family's on his side. It seems like both families know that he has some issues that he needs to deal with before they decide to walk down the aisle. So she plays beer pong with his family and he plays Jenga with her. First question for her was when did he stop making her happy? She says when he cheated, and it wasn't just a cheating, it was trying to make me think I was crazy that I thought he was cheating. His question was, how many times have you cheated? He said once. June said it was more than once. It was just with one girl. He said, well, sorry, it was 3 times, but that was like 3 years ago. But I was like, it don't matter if it was in the beginning of y'all relationship. Once y'all said y'all committed to one another, that's when all communications where you want to try to get with somebody should have been cut off. But it's been 3 years ago. But y'all been together for 6 years. Asked him, why do you cheat? He said he was in a bad place financially. He wasn't happy in his relationship with upon a few times. How many drinks do you have in one day? Okay. I don't know how they came all in together, but like basically, man, money wasn't right. Because money wasn't right. She probably was saying how we need to cut back. I don't know, but it was basically money wasn't right. I wasn't happy, so I went out there and cheated. As always, I wasn't happy in my relationship. We was arguing. So your first thought is, let me go over there and sleep with somebody else. Tiffany says she thinks that his drinking has a lot to do with him being in the military. He was in a war and one of his fellow soldiers died in his arms and they don't think he's dealt with it. And I was like, a lot of it's probably a lot of PTSD. The fact that could be some survivor's remorse. It was like a lot, and I think he needs to get some kind of counseling and some type of therapy so he can deal with those things because he's trying to deal with them with drinking a lot, even though he says he's not drinking a lot. But like when the family was sitting down eating dinner, the cameraman zoomed in on him pouring himself a drink. Where we at? What is her biggest fear in a relationship? She says being hurt again because Fred has a wandering eye. As of last month, he was telling some girl she looked good, and he doesn't understand how that causes issues in the relationship. This is causing the problems when you out here doggone telling some other girl that she looks good. This is a pattern that you go to. But Tiffany feels it's one thing to compliment girls, but it's another thing when you tell them to hit me up when you get into this city. That's where, this on the cusp of cheating. Why else would you want her to hit you up in the city? Because you've been doggone making plans to have sex with this girl. While on a romantic date, Tiffany asked Fred what is resonating in him this time that hasn't before to where he wants to take this relationship seriously. He says seeing how everyone portrayed him, and she feels that he's very dismissive to her. She asks, Why are you in love with me? He says he was in love with her for the first time he met her, and the look on, and he took her for granted, but that was the old him. It seems like Fred likes to overtalk Tiffany, and Tiffany, old Tiffany, will just like sit back and just keep her thoughts to herself because he's over talking to her. But she's like, she no longer doing that. She's gonna get her point across and her questions across. You're not gonna sit here and over talk me like you've done in the past, and me not ask you questions that I want to ask you. No, the old Tiffany gone, new Tiffany in. Fred says he does not feel he has an alcohol problem, even though he drinks a beer and some type of alcohol beverage every day. I was like, how many drinks are you drinking every day? Is the question. Okay, wait a minute, I didn't went too far. The families finally meet up and they gonna have their blessings. Nigel says he had some concerns about the way they would converse with the way he would converse with women. Since I've been here, I should have been concerned about the way you treat the woman that you love. The things I've seen and heard shock me. You do not have my blessing. Manolito says before his response was about responsibility, part of it shook him when it was time to take feedback from the family and he didn't take it. No, you do not have my blessing. Sandra says, you need to go to counseling, baby. You do not have my blessing. Marcus said this he was left in the dark about 99% of their relationship. And that there's some concerns as of right now. So no, you do not have my blessing. Claire says there's still the communication is not there. The emotional peace is not there. The love is not there. No, you do not have my blessing. June thought prior to coming there it was a waste of time because there is no way to really resolve anything over the weekend. But she wants both of them to be happy whether they're together or not. But she cannot bless this wedding. But we see that Fred and they stand up and they decided to postpone their wedding and they're not going to set a date. And Fred understands that he has some things he needs to work on and things he needs to before they can get their relationship together. She says she's going to continue to support him, but they're not going to be rolling the way that it was going. And just best believe that I will walk out. But then it got weird because like after all that, and we didn't see how he has some issues, and it's a lot of it seems to be about his military background. But he's like he reproposes to her, and he says yes. He said this is a reset, and he's gonna be a better person to her. And Mark was like, her brother Mark was like, he's confused. Like I was confused. I was like, do she really want to marry him? Is this another I've been put on the spot type of situation? At the end, they said he's cutting back his drinking and he's going into counseling. Her brother Marco was like, we did all of this. We didn't told y'all we do not approve. We do not well not we don't approve. We do not give the blessings of this union. And then he turns around and like, will you marry me? After they decide to postpone the wedding, and I was confused, y'all. That was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on for my beautiful face with a video. You can click on it, you can like and share with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one. So y'all, I did not do comments at the beginning of the video. So Uma's Storytime World says prayers up for the May December couple. If Victor keeps it up, in a couple of years, his old behind will be in a wheelchair pushed into traffic. Girl, why did you say that? Why would you say that? Not pushed into traffic. Child, but y'all, I'm out.